fantastic time to go solar for numerous reasons. Number one, the price of solar is dropping dramatically.
It has been foolproof. It sits up there and makes energy. In fact, it makes so much energy that we get a credit on our bill.
And this private investment in rooftop solar is building a cleaner, safer, more resilient power supply.
It's a common good to reduce the environmental impacts of our high energy lifestyles.
Anyone who installs a solar system is doing society a favor. Colorado is an incredible place to go solar. We have some of the best sunshine in the country.
Every day is pretty much like today. It's sunny, that energy is there, it's available. Having solar on our house has been completely zero maintenance.
There are really two ways to use the energy coming in from the sun. One is to make electricity. Those are photovoltaic or PV panels.
It's really quite simple. You have the solar panels on your roof. They convert the sunlight into DC energy. That's then sent down to an inverter, which converts it to AC energy, which is what we use to power our laptops and televisions and refrigerators, and that's sent right into the home.
And the other method is solar thermal, which simply collects the heat that comes in from the sun and then uses that heat to heat your hot water or heat your space.
Solar is becoming a more affordable and accessible option for more and more Coloradans. You can now go solar with very little or no money down.
It's a smart investment, really, because as the price of solar is dropping, the price of energy is constantly rising.
We just received our bill back from Xcel, and you can see on here that we have a $13 credit, which means our meter spun backwards this last month. We were making more power than we were using.
That means that the utility doesn't need to buy expensive, polluting fossil fuel energy. It also reduces the need for the utility to invest in large power plants. In fact, a recent report showed that those grid benefits equate to about $11 million each year.
Our solar system has more than paid itself off in the last 7 years.
Because of our solar panels, I think my last bill was $10.
We've seen the average customer go from an early adopter, high net worth individual to just about everybody that owns a house.
About 70% of new customers that go solar are using financing options. For example, I just went solar, and I am going solar through a leasing option, which means you put no money down.
There's loans that are really attractive in which the actual homeowner and the person who owns the system could take advantage of a lot of the tax credits and benefits.
And after so many years of doing that, the loan is paid off.
After that, we get free electricity from the sun.
The environmental benefits of solar are huge. It's a renewable resource, so we're not going to run out of it. We don't have to depend on fossil fuels anymore.
Climate change is serious. Trying to stop climate change has to start locally. It has to start with each individual.
MIT just released a nationwide study estimating that air pollution causes 200,000 deaths a year in the United States. This air pollution mostly comes from our society burning fossil fuels.
One of the unique benefits of solar energy is that it's a technology that uses almost no water in producing power, unlike fossil fuel-based power, which consumes a lot of water.
Just the environmental benefits of reducing air pollution over the last 6 years in the state of Colorado provides $24 million of benefits. The combination of PV and solar thermal on my house have eliminated over 80% of our total energy use, both gas and electric.
We're just one family of 4, but we could put solar panels on and make a difference.
The Solar Friendly Community Program is an innovative approach to have businesses work with local governments to reduce the cost of going solar. Over the last 3 years, the cost of installing a solar energy system has dropped, and that's mostly because of gains made from solar panel prices falling. However, there's also this bucket that we call soft costs. And these are costs like solar permitting, the cost of installing a system, and they haven't budged much at all.
Permitting for solar has been an ongoing struggle for 30 years.
We can tell our customers from a technical perspective, if you want to go solar, we can have a system on your roof installed and operational within a week. The regulatory reality is that it might actually take a month for someone to review and approve your permit. As a professional engineer, I'm familiar with the structural, the electrical, and safety issues concerning PV systems. However, it's really come to a point where the PV systems are a plug-and-play electrical appliance. And unlike a furnace where one can install a gas furnace which has potential poisonous gases and can be explosive, they can do that without a permit and without an inspection. The PV system, on the other hand, there's no recorded incident of anybody being damaged by a PV system in a fire or otherwise, yet sometimes we have as many as 3 inspections. That's as many inspections you would need on an entire house.
We have multiple small permitting jurisdictions that all invent a different standard as to what they want for permits. It ranges from jurisdictions where we can pull a permit over the counter in a matter of 1 or 2 hours to jurisdictions that may take upwards of 2 months.
And actually even longer for the utility company to approve and process a rebate application.
A 2-month permitting process to install a system is not productive, and really who ends up paying for that is the customer.
Solar Friendly Communities is a true partnership between communities and the solar industry that's designed to make it faster, easier, and more affordable for citizens to go solar. Many of the best practices that we follow are just common sense, helping both the installer and the community know what's expected so that everybody really can get it right the first time.
Now, through this 12 different steps, the process has been streamlined. It's really simplified it, which saves us time, saves us money. We pass the savings on to the consumer.
It's really just changed the attitude of the people in the permitting departments. They now see the real value of helping their community install solar.
A great example is the city of Aurora. Before, in the past, it was kind of a long, complicated process to get the permitting, took a few weeks. Now we can do everything online. We can get the system on faster, the consumer can flip the switch faster, start saving money on energy, having their own renewable source right at their home. It's kind of a win-win for everybody.
And this program is partnering with the solar industry to offer customers a discount on going solar if their community is recognized as a solar-friendly community.
We can give a $500 discount to anybody in a solar-friendly community because our soft costs are lower. And additionally, the solar-friendly community helps us define customers. It helps customers connect with us.
There are hundreds of thousands of rooftops across the state that are perfect for solar. It's a huge opportunity that we should take advantage of.
Colorado's in a pretty good position right now.
We've seen $534 million in payroll put back into the Colorado economy from solar companies alone.
We've already passed the fundamental policies that we need to promote the growth, long-term growth of the solar industry and to let Coloradans have the option of investing in solar energy. And if you don't own your own home, there are new opportunities to participate in a solar garden where you invest in a solar energy plant within your community.
It is something that feels almost like a responsibility for all of us to take on, to find more renewable resources, ways to live our life in a more responsible way towards our planet. And solar is a great way to do that.
And once we put our panels on, we had several neighbors that then did the same thing. So we felt like we were able to start something by showing that it worked for us.
Solar is not that complicated. It's certainly a lot less complicated and a lot less costly than building a coal plant.
Rooftop solar is helping Colorado families and businesses and schools take charge of their power supply like never before. Solar energy is getting close to that point where it's as cost-effective as buying fossil fuel-based power. That's an exciting time.
I think anybody who wants to make that difference for climate change, to support the renewable energy industry, to make this a reality today, let your roof be your mouth.